crumbled life of glitter, dream hit concrete.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
158.
Rodgers going to come out throwing. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
Hey, take 18. Hey, black.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Nix to the air. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now it's Nix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Throwing Nix. He targets Ingram for another grab. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the 25, here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now for But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. With a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules could do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
That return, it will not be on the postseason highlight reel. If you're the offensive coordinator, you've just changed your play calling because you thought you might have some field to work with. Instead, now, you've got to call plays that won't make mistakes.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And we'll be about 4 yards shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way you press the hole, absolutely perfect.
On play action, now Rodgers. And this is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Throwing is Rodgers. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slam. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Green 18.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Green 18.
Rodgers now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. You got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9.
30.
Rodgers going to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know we can't do a mind meld and really know exactly what he was thinking, but I didn't see an open receiver there. Maybe, possibly, he did that on purpose and just overthrew him.
Yeah, coverage was good, so maybe indeed that was another way to throw it away, if you will. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle is going to be made at the Seahawks 14.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now run straight ahead with Ward. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
58.
Gainwell. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Seahawks nothing.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now Darnold setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now it's Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
2 yards on the play. And the Seahawks first
2
down.
minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
We go set. Red 80. Set.
Darnold now to throw. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Seattle.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. We'll get that to Charbonnet. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
The Steelers 27-4.
From the gun, it's Walker. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing now is Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Keanu Britton, the one who got in to bury him. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. That flag, that'll push him back 5. To throw is Darnold. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Derek Harmon with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Hey, take 26.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Short throw to Smith. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
18.
Now Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. That's DK Metcalf running the sled. He's got it. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
Now it's Rodgers. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack it back at the 33-yard line. Leonard Williams able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Running right, this is getting well. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Rodgers. That's to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this is caught at the end. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. DK Metcalf, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead in this 4th quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball. Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on their in-state rivals to the east, the Philadelphia Eagles. It's an old-school battle in the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. The Eagles and the Steelers are underway. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Eagles first down.
Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Out left to Dotson. He'll be marked out at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space. On drag routes just like this, they want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Barkley. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards. yards, and now it's second down.
63, 63, 63.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Makes the score, Eagles 7, Steelers 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's one. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
To throw is Rodgers. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And he takes this one back